Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is NWAP Cast, Negroes with a Podcast. What else does Garfield say?
I'm your host and
Oh,
moderator.
yeah. I'm the host and moderator and most important person on this podcast, Lextopia.
uh, I'm co-moderator or the new moderator. Todd Seven Tunde.
Actually, today you're getting interviewed, buddy. So you're kind of a guest, I guess. We're going back to our Meet the Negroes specials, go back to Tot 7. As you can hear, your boy Smooth Order is away, but he has important things to do. He's trying to get some school projects done. He has work this weekend, and he's just an overall Jamaican. So we're going to still keep the show going without him. Before we get into Tunde's interview today, though, Tunde, some crazy stuff happened. I'm actually pretty surprised. Let's talk about that little piece of news.
Actually, you know what? I'm
You're
not
not
surprised.
surprised?
No, not at all. Not at all. Because uh, I feel like in this country, Republicans get whatever they want when they want it, and
Man,
they 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 don't care what people think about them, and especially like
those women though,
the women senators.
that's wild.
Yeah. So
Well, yeah, let's see what
Kavanaugh,
happened first.
Kavanaugh was confirmed, and he will be Supreme Court justice.
Wow, forever.
Yeah, until he retires or until he dies. Hopefully, the latter comes first.
Wow.
Um,
For me, I'm kind of surprised.
um, I don't know. It's just amazing to me that Kavanaugh, like, let's say he didn't do it, right? Let's just say he didn't. The way he got up and answered the questions on in the hearings, that to me that showed me that he is not qualified to be a Supreme Court justice.
Yeah, I
Um,
feel like you have to be the most mediatorist of mediator type people. You can believe whatever, but you have to be able to deliver way more calm and collective than that, right? Like,
yeah,
yeah, that's wild to me.
yeah, and this is the man that's going to be interpreting our laws at least for the next 20, 25, 30 years.
And then what are his beliefs?
Um, so besides him being a piece of shit to women and a liar, uh, as far as us as the people who like our target audience for this podcast, um, he has views on other things. So I read a article on the appeal.org, and it talked about Kavanaugh's views on criminal justice, and his views are basically defined. He tends to side with law enforcement, and he wants to give a um, more broad power to law enforcement, and to allow them to do more stop and searches, more arrests, more prosecutions.
All wasting time.
Yeah. So in the actual article, it talked about a speech that he gave last year, and in the speech, he praised former Chief Justice William Rehnquist, and he praised him because Rehnquist wanted to eliminate constitutional protections for criminal defendants, and he also wanted to uphold the constitutionality of the death penalty. So
And you said this is on appeal.com?
appeal.org.
Oh, and so how reputable is that? I haven't heard of that.
I think it's a pretty reputable site.
Okay.
Um, I guess we can link the actual speech to the website. But in the speech, he called Rehnquist his judicial hero, and he talked about his efforts to eliminate the Fourth Amendment, um, which bars or which makes unlawful search and seizure um, unconstitutional. So
Yeah, that's wild though. I think it's pretty terrible, like you said, that Kavanaugh got put on the Supreme Court. But again, just to remind everybody, um, we gotta work together. We gotta support charity organizations that are working to change the criminal justice reform or change the criminal justice system. So keep in mind, October 23rd, NWAP, me, G, Tunde, we're all supporting this. We want you to support it. It's free. We want you to watch this TIDAL Brooklyn criminal justice reform concert. All the proceeds are going to the Equal Justice Initiative, to Reform, to the Innocence Project, and to Cut 50. Because like we've told you last time, more than 22% of incarcerated or on probation people are stuck in the system just because they can't afford bail. They're saying they're guilty just because they want to get out. And over 65% of prisoners that are serving life sentences are in there because of nonviolent offenses. And they're African American. So we want you all to show support to this live stream on the 23rd. It's a concert. You can donate as well. But we want you to definitely support that.
Yeah. I think it's great what TIDAL's doing with the concert.
I do too. That's pretty cool.
On top of that, there's no reason not to support because it is free. So
yeah, it just comes to question that it seems like no matter what we do culturally, because like I said, I was surprised about the Brett thing because it looks like, what I see on TV, on social media and conversation that everybody's like, okay, why would anybody support this man? Again, whether it's true or not, like, why would you even want to be rallied around somebody going through this? And then this happens. So it's like, even if we do concerts, when we do all of this, support, at what point does it actually break into the old white man, system?
So you would think like these senators and congressmen and basically all these politicians, you would think that they would be worried about like how history is going to look back at them, because like,
I mean, as long as they stay in power, though.
I mean, even in the 50s, like,
yeah,
like George Wallace, like, I guarantee at the time he didn't think that there would ever be like a black president of the United States. So he probably thought whatever he was doing, I mean, he probably knew it was wrong, but he probably didn't care. So, but history doesn't look favorably on him, and I doubt history is going to look favorably on like Kavanaugh or Trump or any of these politicians today who are like basically doing all this bullshit.
Yeah, maybe it is us counting on some of these younger senators and congressmen and women like Kamala Harris and some of these other folks who are coming in to refresh it, and just getting a lot of these older people out.
But people were saying, in the midterms we have to like vote, and I saw the list of Republicans whose seats are coming up for re-election. They're like in states like Kentucky and Texas and like fucking North Dakota. Like, let's be real, like those seats are gonna stay Republican.
Yeah,
it sucks, but what we need is a change to like our whole system, because each state gets 2 senators, but that's unequal representation. Because if you look at a state like California, why should California only get 2 senators when they have like, I don't know, fucking 12 times the people?
That's what they were saying, that even just in LA, it's the same amount of senators that would be in like 9 or 10 states that they highlighted.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is interesting. And I think that the way our country was built was in a way where they say, hey, you need to go back in and reevaluate, all of these things as it makes sense and as the country continues to grow. So I'm not sure at what point we do that, because again, it's just this side versus that side, as far as them ever actually, like, nobody's ever going to push that unless it was beneficial for them. So
yeah,
I don't know how that works. But anyway, enough about that depressing stuff. It's time to meet the one and only Negro, Baba Tunde Osagbemi Akinyeke.
You put my whole name out there.
Ooh, I wish we had some drums to put right there. That would have been fire. So we did my episode. We did Garfield's episode where we asked a lot of questions and we talked about background. But high key, I don't want to talk too much about I was born here and I did this and I did that. I want to ask some questions about what you think about things and like what inspired you and why you are the way you are. Is that okay? If
Yeah,
they're
that's
kind of
cool.
more random.
That's cool.
Um, and this is me actually just wanting to know, but I guess this can start it off. How long have you been on the podcast?
Since season 1, episode 1.
When was that? Because
That
I came in
was
what, third or fourth?
that was like April 2014 or March
Oh
2014.
wow. Okay. So the people probably kind of know you. Have you already done one of these? I wish
Uh,
we could look back and see which episode it
no,
was.
did we?
Didn't we? Didn't y'all do them before where y'all talked about yourselves?
We've done so many fucking episodes. I don't know. We might have.
No, low key, we should make a box set, but that's neither here nor there because that could be sold.
Yeah.
um, all right, so I'm just gonna kind of jump in random. We're gonna do the light work first. I'm gonna let you get warmed up.
Okay. I'm
Why you look
nervous.
so scared?
Because
This is regular. This is
you're
regular
gonna ask me
stuff.
shit that
No,
will get
I'm
me in
not.
trouble.
No, I'm not. With who? So who would you get in trouble with?
Our listeners?
They'll be all right. Um, Tunde, what's your favorite food?
It's a tie.
Uh,
I like pizza.
what are you
And
gonna eat?
and
Turtle?
yes, pineapples go on pizza.
What is it a tie with?
Oh, wings.
How do you like your wings? Making
Classic
me
hot.
hungry. Ooh, okay. You like them fried hard or soft?
Hard. Always hard.
Pause.
I'm a nigga.
Gotcha. Um, who's your celebrity crush?
uh
Like, what's an old one like growing up and then one
oh,
now?
growing up, Nia Long.
Shoot, she's
Yeah.
still fine.
Hell yeah.
You was real into that. What about now? Anybody like who's new on the
Uh,
scene?
I don't really have any crushes. I do this thing on my Instagram. I didn't do it the last 2 weeks, but I do like a track girl Tuesday.
Mm-mm.
I admire a lot of track women. Just I don't know. I like the way they run. So I guess Abs and Felix.
Oh yeah, she
Yeah,
is cool.
yeah,
She's out here.
I guess that would be my crush.
How many tattoos do you have?
Um, 7.
Can you talk about and tell us what your most meaningful tattoo is? And like what it means?
Uh, mm, most of my tattoos have a theme around it. So Africa, Nigeria, I have a lot of Adinker symbols, which are Ghanaian, West African um, tribal signs that mean different things. I also have Nigeria's coat of arms on my arm.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that would be my most meaningful because I don't know. I guess growing up, I wasn't always proud of my heritage because the whole African booty scratcher thing.
Where were you born then?
Washington D.C. Howard University Hospital.
Yikes. Glad
I
you made
know.
it, bro.
I know. I made it.
And then when's the last time you went to Nigeria?
Uh, 2009. It's been a while. I need to go soon.
Do you still have family there?
Um, yeah, most of my family is still there. Um, I'm not really that close with my extended family on my dad's side. Uh, but yeah, most of them are still there, and then a lot of my mom's family is still also in Nigeria.
So were their families close?
Mm,
Or are they
not
not from
really.
the same area?
Not from the same. Not really. Well, my mom's more from the city, and my mom likes to joke and say my dad's from the bush.
Uh
So
as a as someone who's from Nigeria and as someone who's African, do you feel like you guys can joke about those things, but if somebody else were to say something like that, it's different, right?
mm, no, it's not different. It just
That's
depends
what
on
I think.
um like their meaning behind it. Like, are you joking to be malicious, or are you just
Hmm.
is it all in fun? So if it's malicious, then yeah, of course there's a
Hmm.
problem.
You said you had kind of maybe difficulties or didn't super claim or didn't maybe wasn't very outward about being African or not of African descent, but your parents were born there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you being first generation American, at what point do you feel like you really wanted to embrace it more?
Mm, probably probably grad school.
Hmm.
Um, In high school, not really. In college, I embraced it a little bit. Like it wasn't like I was like, let me go join the ASA or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't like I shied away from it either. But it wasn't until like I really got like into college that I, you know, like, hey, maybe it'd be cool if I actually learn how to speak Yoruba.
You just learned? Wow.
Here's the thing, I blame my parents.
You had those kind of parents that were like focused on English.
Uh, not focus on English, but they didn't reinforce Yoruba in the house. So like, if they only speak it to each other, because I can understand the language, I just can't speak it. So if they will only speak Yoruba to each other, and if I'm talking to my siblings and we spoke English, and then I go to school or
Mm.
church and it's only English being spoken there, it's kind of hard to pick up the language.
Oh man. So here's a question actually that connects to this conversation that I wrote down. Because you are not a offspring of an American slave or slaves,
Hmm.
how far back can you trace your family tree?
Actually, my brother is doing that now.
Do you
Um,
feel lucky because of that? That's something that we can't really do, you know?
yeah, so maybe 9 or 10 generations.
Wow.
Um,
How far back is that though?
uh, Early 1800s, maybe.
Wow.
So, like, my family was, they were actually on my mom's side. I'll talk just my mom's side, not my dad's side. So, they, my mom's, uh, my mom's great, great, great grandfather,
Mhm.
was a slave.
A slave where?
He was taken from, I mean, what is now known as Nigeria today, because
Hmm.
they weren't, Nigeria wasn't actually a country back then, and shipped to what is now known as Sierra Leone.
Mm,
And then slavery there was different from slavery here. Like
right.
you want a slave for life. So when he gained his freedom, he came back. Um, yes, my brother's doing all that now with the family tree. So
So any princes or kings or queens up in there?
actually, yes. It's
Ooh,
not like
top seven
we're
got
not rich. Nah,
money.
in name only.
Money. But was it kind of like kingdoms, like, and I don't want the listeners to think I'm like trying to be funny. I'm really just ignorant on this. But is it kingdoms in that kind of like in Europe, how they had feudal system and you have lords and stuff, but you just have an area, but you're like a king, or was it like super running the whole shit?
No, it's like I'm the prince of like this area. That's not like a country,
Prince Tunde. Uh-oh, now you gotta change your Twitter name now.
nah. Right now, I actually changed it to Yoruba Demon.
I saw you change the name part. What did you used to be before Tot 7? I'm trying to remember because I thought it was something else before.
Brazenly Virile.
Yeah, and I never said that out loud because I didn't know what those words meant. What do they mean?
Uh, it was a play on my like virility is like
Oh,
your
you're mine.
manhood and like your ability to, you know,
No, I don't know.
um, create offspring.
We about to be looking like that Diddy and that man meme. Like,
Nah, so it's like basically
what's brazenly mean?
brazenly, like you
Brazenly.
don't like you're
I thought it was like this brazen.
brash, like you're like in your face type.
Uh, Ew. Okay, glad you changed that.
Yeah,
Sheesh.
I
Um,
had a moment in grad school.
where did you pledge Omega Sci-Fi if you pledged?
Yes. No, I pledged at oh, first of all, Mega Fi is a non-hazing organization.
Okay, thank you for that
Um,
disclaimer.
but I did pledge at University of Maryland Eastern Shore, UMES.
Ah, and why did you choose Omega Sci-Fi? That was really what I wanted to get to.
Like everyone has like these stories, like oh, my dad
Mm-hmm.
and his uncle, and I know I was going to be accused since the day I was born. Truth be
Mm-hmm.
told, I didn't know what fraternities were until like my last um
Same.
semester of high school. So I thought they were lame. Like, I was like, what the fuck is that? Whatever. And then I got to campus, and when I got to campus, uh, there were no cues on the yard. Uh, there was like one Kappa, but they were like off the yard for like, 25 years or whatever. And
Damn.
then, yeah. And then so it was alphas and it was sigmas. And sigmas basically ran the yard because, you know, they had lines like every semester actually.
Oh wow.
So I was like, I thought sigmas were lame. I thought alphas were lame. So I was like, yeah, maybe this thing ain't for me. So even though my chapter wasn't on the yard at the time, we had like this really big Halloween party. So my friend's like, hey, let's go to this Q Halloween party. So I was like, what the fuck is a Q? So then I went to the party, and the brothers are like doing what the brothers do. And
Being in everybody way.
yeah, I was like, oh shit, these guys seem pretty cool. And I was like, look at them, they're jumping around. And then I was
Oh
like,
my god. So you just
oh,
wanted to cause ruckus too.
so I was like, oh, so I went home, started doing my research. So then then I saw like what my friend like is about outside of the breasts and our marches and barking and all that. So it intrigued me. So it
When
went
it
from
comes
there.
to NPHC, do you feel embarrassed about barking and about making ape noises? You know what I mean? Like, do you feel like you can only truly show that part of it around a mostly Black audience?
Uh, I don't know because I'm not really around. I've never really been around. I went to a Black school. I went to HBCU
Hmm.
for grad and undergrad. So uh,
But like, would you be embarrassed if you were just like if you're in around a lot of white people and you just heard some Q start barking, or no?
no,
Mm.
not at all. Like if they
I
don't
especially
understand,
wonder that about alphas though too.
not for them
Like,
to understand.
mm, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, if they want to judge, so they're gonna judge us regardless.
Hmm.
So I'm always like,
With sorority and fraternity life, it's usually about a bigger cause as far as community and giving back. For
mhm.
you, how do you want to change the world if you want to?
How do I want to change the world? So those not like when you're in high school, like you have like these big goals, not big goals, but like you're like, oh, I'm gonna get married by this age and I'm gonna
Hmm.
have this many kids. So I had like age 30 life goals. I want to have 3 kids.
Why do we do
Um,
that?
you said what?
So why do we do that? Why do we put all our goals with ages?
I don't know.
I guess it's kind of how we're just socialized to do.
Yeah. And uh mind you, all the things I'm about to say, I'm clearly over 30 and I don't have any of them. I want to have 3 kids. I
But you
have
are a
one.
prince, though.
Yeah, sure. I wanted to be married. I'm not married. I wanted to win the Nobel Prize in biochem.
Dang.
I wanted to find a cure for sickle cell anemia.
Mm. Oh,
And
I remember hearing you talk about
yeah,
that before. It's something within your family too.
yeah, it runs my family. So that clearly didn't happen because of like shit that happened. I didn't even study sickle cell in school, but because of like technical regulations.
Mm.
So yeah, that's how I wanted to change the world. Uh,
Well, past tense, you don't still want to focus on sickle cell? Because tell us again about, the field that you are in and
because yeah. So I don't know anything about sickle cell. I know like what causes sickle cell, like down
Mhm.
to like the genetic level, but
No research.
no research. All my research expertise is in cancer research, particularly prostate
Um,
cancer.
yeah, I remember back in the day when we used to Snapchat more, always watching you dissect these mice brains,
Oh
and that
yeah,
was so cool. Can you
yeah.
tell me about what you were doing then?
So uh, in grad school, I studied prostate cancer, but I looked at this particular gene called c-Myc,
Hmm.
and this gene is involved in growth of cells.
Hmm.
So growth, like cancers, are basically just an overgrowth of cells. So not only do I study prostate cancer, but now I have expertise in this particular gene called c-Myc.
Hmm.
And c-Myc is not only in the prostate, but it's all over your whole body. So after school, I did 2 fellowships. I did one at NYU, and I did one at OHSU. That's what you saw me doing the brains. So not only is because I have expertise in CMIC, I got recruited to the lab at NYU to do research there, still in prostate cancer. But then I got recruited to do research at OHSU, studying that gene, but not in the prostate, but in the brain, looking at alcoholism. So the idea is the gene is overexpressed in the brain in people who are alcoholics. So what I did was I had mice and monkeys, and I gave them alcohol. I basically injected them. So acute drinking is like when you like drink a lot really quickly and you see that spike in your blood alcohol level. So I would inject these mice with basically alcohol, and an hour later.
You're not a member of PETA.
No, I'm not. They would hate me and then I would basically decapitate these mice and take their brains and then liquefy their brains and look at the protein levels in their brains.
Did you ever finalize anything? Like, did you ever make any breakthrough necessarily, or just the process?
Yeah. So, especially with the prostate stuff, we know that type 2 diabetes drugs are instrumental in slowing down the progression of prostate cancer. And but we don't know exactly how. So that was what I did, and then we know that I know that it degrades my gene, so that gene increases growth or cancer, and the drugs, the type 2 diabetes drugs, degrade that protein that causes the cancer.
So you are a doctor, correct? You have your doctorate?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have said Dr. Babatunde Osegbemi at the beginning. I apologize.
Don't do that.
Because you have your doctorate, I want to ask you, because we have a lot of listeners who may be going down that path or thinking about that path. How was it different? When you think about, I want to be a doctor, what are like all the steps, and how do you feel about that process?
So I don't want to get misconstrued. Like being a PhD is a lot different than being an MD.
Okay.
So for instance, if you're an MD, you go to after undergrad, you go to 4 years of grad school. 4 years of med school, and then depending on what you specialize in, because it can be, you can like want to be a heart surgeon, like a heart doctor, a cardiologist. You can be a neurologist, study the brain. You can be a dermatologist, look at like your skin or whatever. So everyone does like the base 4 years of med school, and everyone learns the same. And then you do like a residency, which is like another 4 years, and which you specialize in whatever it is. Let's say you want to be a dermatologist, then you only see people who come in with skin issues, or like,
What's your end goal, or maybe not end goal, but what is your dream job of what you want to get to?
Okay, so for me, after undergrad, I did 7 years of straight school.
Shit.
And it seems like
studying.
It seems like it's long, but it's not, because when I say school, it's only 2.5 years of actually being in the classroom, like studying stuff.
Okay.
The other 4.5 years, 5 years, sometimes 6 years, depending on how long it takes you, is you're in the lab doing your research, and that's it. So it kind of feels like a job actually, but you don't really get paid that much. You do get paid though.
But at least it's like you're getting experience.
Yeah, and you get paid, so that's another good thing, and it's free school. So my dream job, I thought coming out of school was I was gonna, get my own lab, continue studying prostate cancer, make some big discovery in prostate cancer. But that's not my dream job anymore, because most research in this country it's very expensive to do research. Most labs run on a budget of from a couple $100,000 This is not even including the salary of the people who work in the lab, from a couple $100,000 to millions of dollars per lab. So this, like I say, I work in the lab at I don't know, at University of Maryland. University of Maryland is not paying for this research. This research is being paid for by the government, depending on, most likely, the National Institute.
Does that make it kind of skewed interest or kind of corrupt at all?
Not corrupt.
Because isn't the country basically run by pharmaceuticals? So it's maybe, they want to get more numbers around certain things just to.
So pharmaceuticals are a private industry, and it's kept very separate from academia. But the thing about academia is those grants that pay for the research is being funded by the government. So the president and Senate come together and they earmark how much money. The president comes together with a budget at the beginning of the fiscal year, and he earmarks how much money he wants to give to the governing bodies of research. So like National Institutes of Health, NIH, the Center for Disease Control, the Department of Defense actually does research. So like each year, like it's been going down. Like the amount of money for research is going down and down and down. So there's more competition, more people are losing their jobs, and the quality of research, in my opinion, is going down in this country. So I saw what was going on a couple of years ago when I was at my first fellowship at NYU, and my boss lost funding, and I got laid off. And I was like, I don't want that type of life where I have to like write grants to support myself and whatever. So now I really enjoy teaching. So my dream job would be like to teach part-time, like college level, and then also sell myself to the devil and do work for one of those pharmaceutical companies. Because they pay you a lot of money.
Because they got money at least.
And they pay you a lot of money. So,
you heard it first, guys. Tunde wants to be a seller for the money.
Yeah.
Have you ever collected anything? You ever have a collection?
Yeah. When I was younger, I collected football and basketball cards. I don't know if all our listeners are old enough to remember this, but there's these things called Pogs.
Oh shit! I just said Pogs, and I just played myself. No.
Yeah. I used to collect Pogs. Also collected marbles and jacks. I'm really old.
That's like a Caribbean thing, I thought, because like my mom used to play marbles and teach us how to do that.
Yeah, you had a chalk outline and used to play marbles and jacks.
Damn, that's old school.
Yeah. What else did I collect? I think that's it for collections.
What's your favorite guilty pleasure?
Rated R or no, I'm joking.
I don't know, something where it's like kind of weird or something that you wouldn't really want to tell people, but you like it, you enjoy it. Like not getting your ass ate. We could save that for another combo.
I have the biggest sweet tooth in life, and I say this because it's like literally today. Today I've eaten a whole like big box of Sour Patch Kids and a whole thing of Twizzler nibs already today.
Is nibs a little short pieces?
Yeah. So I eat all types of candy, and it's not good for me because I have a lot of cavities. I have 2 crowns.
That's real. I got hella cavities too.
I spend so much money at the dentist; it's ridiculous. But
do you brush your teeth at night?
Yeah, I brush my teeth twice a day. I floss twice a day.
Okay.
But it's just that the amount of candy and sweets that I eat is. I used to brush my teeth 3 times a day. I would bring my toothbrush, like an extra toothbrush and floss to work, and I would brush my teeth in the bathroom. And people used to look at me weird. But
I see people do that sometimes.
Yeah, because it's like, especially if you're eating something at work that gets stuck in your teeth or something. So
everybody knows of you as a runner, so I'm not going to get super into that. But do you feel like that sugar, like is there a healthier thing that you need? Like, do you need to replenish something, your energy or something, because of all the activity that you do?
Nah, because I was this way even before I started running.
Did you ever used to be overweight?
No, No, I don't think I could be overweight if I tried.
Yeah, you just small, right? I mean, not sorry. No, guys hate when you say they're small. You're just, I don't, what is the
Slim.
appropriate thing to say? Skinny?
Yeah, slim. I guess
Slim.
I mean, I'm not like super skinny. I weigh like
You are.
about 200 pounds.
You do?
Um, mhm.
Well, how
I'm
tall
like
are you?
I'm like two
For
even.
all our followers and stuff, he's like 6'8".
I'm a little under 6'6".
Oh, wow, that's tall. Can you dunk a basketball?
Yes, I can.
Oh yeah, you do have that video, I think I remember.
I broke my finger.
Yeah, you ever got your ankles broke?
No, I just I
You
have
ever
from
fell down?
basketball. I have
Like,
two.
have you ever got crossed over? You fell down Tunde to the
No,
inside?
I have gotten dunked on.
Damn, and then you went home and cried.
No, I couldn't go home.
Your girl saw.
I didn't have a girl at the time.
Oh, you got lucky.
Yeah, so it was when I first moved to New York, and it was like one of those dudes that was on the mic talking shit, and
And then he dunked on
the
you.
dude I thought he was like 5'9" too. Like I try
Ah!
to, it's like one of those times where like dude's in front of me, and I thought he was gonna lay the ball up, and I was trying to like block his shot from behind, like LeBron does, and yeah, he just turned the ball over and dunked on me. But it's
Yeah.
cool though.
Sorry, I'm just writing down this note so I make sure I put it in the episode summary. Tunde got dunked on by a 5'9" guy.
It's
I'm putting
cool.
that in the summary.
I mean, it's New York. Like I should have known better because
Yeah,
it's New
yeah.
York and everyone can play ball up there.
Yeah, yeah.
What they say.
What's something that grosses you out?
Um, I don't like people touching my neck. I think it, it, it like if it makes my body feel weird when people touch my neck. Like, I think I have this fear of being strangled. So if
Ah,
anyone like hands come near my neck, it's like
automatically, like,
automatic. I get defensive.
did something traumatic happen to you?
Uh, Not that I can remember. I did almost drown when I was younger. So,
How?
um, I used to go to day camp.
Oh,
I was
God.
in like the second grade, and it was the first week of day camp, and they were like, the counselors were like, "Oh, you know, this every Friday we go to the pool." So it was the first week, and I was like, "Oh, the pool." The whole night before, I was like, "I'm gonna swim. It's gonna be so great." And I was like, I see it on TV all the time. I've never been in a pool before.
Oh, shit. You
Like
just
I
went
see
all
it,
in.
like I see it all the time on TV. All I gotta do is move my arms, move my legs, and I'll be fine.
That's kind
So
of smart for you to think that way. Most people would be scared.
yeah, I wasn't. I just hopped on that diving board and just hopped right in. And then before I knew it, I was standing on the bottom of the pool. And yeah, the lifeguard jumped in, and
Hold up.
I
I
was
just thought about something.
yeah,
If you don't like people touching your neck, how do you feel about getting choked during sex?
I love it.
That's what I thought. I mean, I'm not saying personally. Wait a minute. Whoa. Let's rewind that. I'm just saying that's what I thought because of the way you be
It's
talking about stuff and
it's different.
these conversations.
That's different. I don't know. I can't
Okay,
explain it.
which goes into another question I have written down, which was, do you like pain? And it doesn't have to be necessarily in that form, but like, do you like
Um,
physical pain?
I mean, yeah, I have four
I
brands.
mean, yeah, so I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, but I mean, can you tolerate? There's a difference between tolerating it and liking it.
yeah. Like I think pain sometimes lets you know you're alive.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I have, you know, like I say, I have 7 tattoos. I have four brands. I have like I
Okay.
have what do you call it? I have gauges. So
Oh yeah, where are they? Is it stretched out? How far are you now?
a half inch. I'm stopping at a half inch.
I about to say you don't want to just be hanging crazy.
Nah. So when I close them, when I take them out for like a couple of days, they kind of close up a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought those just stay. Well, I guess it depends on how long you keep it.
No, if I go past two more sizes, then they'll like
It'll be
stop.
stuck.
Yeah. So
Yeah, for anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, gauges are that thing that white people do that they stole from Africans, actually, I
yeah,
guess.
you stretch, basically stretching your
Yeah,
earlobe.
stretching your earlobe. Ugh, those look weird to me though, so whatever. If you like it, I love it. What are you afraid of?
Mm,
I like how, you know what, I just want everybody to appreciate my questions because I know y'all tired of hearing people background. So I just want to throw that in there. But you gotta keep it real because I feel like you're pretty transparent, but what are you afraid of in life? And don't say spiders and roaches.
like physical things.
I don't know. Whatever.
I'm afraid of one. I'm afraid of drowning or suffocating.
Mm.
Um, Ever since I found out that my mom's cousin in Nigeria, he died by drowning in quicksand.
What? Quicksand is real?
Yeah, that's real.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this was when my mom was
Where?
younger in Nigeria.
Whoa, y'all have quicksand?
Apparently, yeah.
Bro, I've been training my whole child life for
Yeah.
quicksand
So
and ain't never seen that shit.
yeah, so it like I'm just imagine like or just drowning.
Ugh.
Open up your mouth and try to
Man,
breathe,
that's
and
it.
then stuff just going into your mouth, and then that's like I think
That is traumatic.
probably the worst way to die. I think I'd rather be burned alive
How did
than
they know? Like, don't did he just get somebody found him?
no. I think the way my mom tells it, he was with his friends and they were walking, and then they were trying to save him, but he just went down. Yeah,
Isn't it a little slow? Oh, I hope he wasn't struggling.
yeah.
I'm just trying to utilize every fact I know right now about quicksand in this convo. Oh man, that's
Cause
sad.
like, is it like do you flood your arms and try to move up, and will that make you go down faster? I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
how it
because you're
works.
supposed to kind of stay still, I think. Oh man.
But yeah.
Um,
What else? I don't know. I guess I'm afraid of like failure. I know that
mhm.
sounds cliche, but like I don't want to like look back at my life and be like and think I didn't make shit of it. Because growing up, like both my parents came to this country, they were like poor or whatever. So I always told myself I didn't want to like live my life like that, which is why
Mhm.
like I went so hard in school. So I don't want to look back on my life
So
and
much
say,
pressure.
well, you basically failed. So
Okay. What is your least favorite chore to do around the house?
mm, I don't think I have one. So like,
You like cleaning?
yeah, I clean, I cook, I do laundry, I iron, I dust. I dusting. I hate dusting because it's like a never ending job.
um, let's go into love. What does love mean to you?
Mm, that's a hard question. What
How
does
do you
love
know? Let's talk about romantic relationships. How do you
mean?
know that it's real love?
For me, when I start to like put not all of their like well-being, I start putting their well-being in there and start thinking of them before I start thinking about like myself. Because I even though I think of myself as a generous person and giving, I still can sometimes be pretty selfish. Um, so that's when I start to think, oh, do I love her? Because I'm like, all right,
That sounds
I
like the
don't,
bar a little low, though.
huh?
It sounds like you can still just kind of
Mm,
admire or like or
no,
look be a little infatuated with a person.
yeah,
And
right, no,
no, okay,
no,
you're
no,
right. I asked you. Okay.
yeah. So if I'm like just infatuated with you, and it came to like when it comes time to sacrifice something that I want or is going to make me super uncomfortable. If I do that readily without second thought, that's how I know I'm starting to get there.
Mm,
Not that I'm there yet, but I'm starting to get there.
mm. And we know that from your 6,000 word manifesto that you've been played before. How did you transition your mindset to go from places where, you know, you've been played and, you know, difficulties with relationships to feeling like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, to feeling okay about it and like being able to be more vulnerable and, you know, a better person in relationships.
Yeah. It took me a while. Um,
How does that happen? Or maybe it just snaps one day.
so that was like what, 2009 ish, 2008, 2009. So I went through years of just like, you know what, I'm just, I'm good, but I'm gonna do me basically. I
Mhm.
did what most guys do when they get hurt. They like I'm gonna sleep around with a bunch of women, and even though they don't deserve how I not that I treated them badly, but if I went to a situation with a woman and I know that she possibly could want more, I'll tell her, yeah, I I'm not looking for anything seriously, but I know in the back of my mind, or I know in my heart that she will go along with the ride because she likes me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I know she wants more. So I should have, if I didn't want her in that capacity, I should have just left it alone. And I didn't, because I did the classic fuckboy shit. I said I didn't want a relationship, so you should
Right.
just go ahead with it. So that was me for a couple years, and I did hurt a lot of people, not a lot of women, but a good amount. And then I entered other relationships where I don't think that I was over I was over my hurt, and that wasn't good either. So I think just there's no one thing. I think it's just time that allowed me to heal.
That's
But I
right.
mean, yes, it sucks for the women I came across after, but you know,
Okay.
I guess it's life.
How do you feel
Even though it's
about
unfair.
how do you feel about joining with someone else in union as a marriage? How do you feel about marriage
Uh,
for you personally?
I'm pro marriage. I plan on getting married.
Are you
Um,
thinking about it soon?
I don't know. I don't want to say on the podcast.
Mm. She don't
Um,
listen to the podcast.
you said what?
She ain't listening to your podcast.
You don't know that.
She ain't.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Listen, here you go, listeners. I'm gonna tell you exactly what's gonna happen.
What's the T?
No, I'm not telling y'all.
You know what? This is random, but yesterday I was thinking like, oh, that'd be so cute if. And it sucks because I always think about romantic stuff, and then I never talk to guys who are romantic. But like, if your boy was on the podcast with you, or like your girl, and then he proposed to you while were you recording on the air, do that Tunde.
No, I'm not doing that. She'll be pissed.
Would she?
Yeah,
She'd be like, nah.
she'll be pissed.
Nah.
Like,
Well, good. I'm glad you know.
don't you know
I
like
wouldn't.
how
I'd be like,
people propose
well,
to their girlfriends at like stadiums and shit like that?
nah, yeah, I don't like that. But I mean, this is
Yeah.
different because it's just, you're recording. It's before it even goes out. It's just y'all
Oh,
really in the moment.
yeah, true. And then
I
some
think that's cute.
some dude proposed to his girl on Jeopardy like last week.
Aw.
She hated that. So
Yeah. At least you're taking notes. That's good. All right. So let me know what's the plan so I can participate.
so you can pull
Um,
it up.
I only have one other real question, and then I can kind of go into some other stuff. But how do you feel about astrology? I want to kind of talk about your beliefs.
So I used to think that astrology was a sham,
Mm-hmm.
because I mean I always thought that I'm a Libra. My birthday was actually last Sunday. So
Did I tell you happy birthday?
no, you didn't. It's cool.
Oh shit!
It's fine.
Happy birthday to you. Wait, how I didn't even see it on the timeline or nothing?
I don't know. It's a Sunday, so whatever. It's like a
Oh
dead day.
damn!
I don't have a birthday.
Everybody, hold up, pause. Everybody, right now, go tweet pot_7 or Instagram story him happy belated birthday. Because if I didn't do it, I'm gonna just assume nobody did it.
Thanks,
Because
y'all.
that's how my
Thanks,
ego
Bessie.
is. Happy birthday! I'm sorry I missed
It's
it.
okay.
The big 4-0.
Yeah, sure. Don't put
Woo!
that on me.
You look good.
Don't put that on me. But I always thought that like Libra traits fit me. Like
Everybody's traits fit
no,
everybody.
like seriously, like I'm very diplomatic. Like I can always see like both sides of an argument. I'm indecisive, shit like that. Um, but then I was like, it seemed like a sham, just like because people are always
The
gonna
way
want to
they
like
use it.
always try to fit like
Mm.
general things into like themselves into like a general mode of like whatever your astrology is, right? But then I thought about it this way. Um, you have you have Earth, right? Earth is um, Earth is 2/3 to 75% water, right? And then you have the moon. The moon, the moon revolves around the Earth,
Mm-hmm.
and the gravity of the moon can pull Earth's water and make changes, right?
Yes.
But and then if it's no accident that 2/3 of the Earth is water and 2/3 of humans are water, right?
Speak on it, my brother.
No,
Continue
seriously,
with
like
this discourse.
so the moon also pulls on us,
Ooh.
right? So why can't it be that like
Wait, hold up.
yeah.
My high went down like an hour ago, but are you saying is what you're saying? Because I never thought about this shit. Is the moon making waves in our body with the water with in our cells and shit?
Okay, so the way
Oh
gravity works,
shit.
right?
I'm about to Google all this shit when we're done.
The way gravity works, the sun and the moon are pulling on us towards it, but it's just that we're so close to Earth. Earth is pulling us down.
Oh shit. Our bodies are constantly being stretched.
Not stretched, but like there is a pull. It may however minuscule it is. This the moon is pulling on us, right? So why can't the time we're born position to the sun and the moon, which is like
Ah.
your I forgot what it's called.
The whole
Your
like birth chart thing.
yeah. Why can't that have an effect on how you are?
But maybe physical if you're thinking that way, but the physiology, your mental?
Yeah, why
Mm,
not?
it's a little bit of a reach. Just because I feel like people with similar birth chart, and I don't just mean like all Scorpios or all whatever, because I get that everybody's different. And that, let's say, the same hospital, same time, same whatever.
Hmm.
I don't think those people necessarily probably share everything like that, you know?
I don't think everything, because
I mean, and for
there's
that, it's
other
like, all right, then why
factors.
put them in a box
There's,
if it's not
there's
everybody?
there's other factors that play into
Everything, I guess,
like
yeah.
your personality, like how you grew up, who you grew up around.
I'm not sold. I will say for a second there, I did have almost got my high back about thinking about waves in my bloodstream going with the moon, but I'll save that for further research. Um, so then if you can see qualities in that, right?
Hmm.
Um, what about you as far as do you believe in Jesus? Do you believe he's a real person?
Oh, Jesus is a real person.
How
Like,
do you know?
because like okay, so
Where's the historical
if Jesus was
accounts?
just in the Bible, then I would like there could be an argument for the him not being a real person, but Jesus is a person in multiple books of faith,
Like,
the Quran,
and that's it.
whatever. Don't Buddhists believe in Jesus.
We're
They don't
not
believe he's like they don't believe he's like he
What's the so
died
I'm
for our
still looking for the
sins.
historical accounts here.
You said what?
I'm still looking for the historical accounts here.
So I do believe in Jesus Christ.
You believe he died for your sins?
Yeah, I
You believe
believe
in heaven and hell?
that. I'm not too sure about. So I grew up in
Do you
a
believe in cheating on your barber if you need to?
uh, if you need to.
Damn, see? And that's why you better not believe in heaven and hell because you ain't going to heaven thinking like that.
uh,
Wow.
but yeah, I believe. I don't know. I don't have problems with religion. I have problems. I don't have problems with like spirituality. I have problems with organized religion.
Of course. Everybody does now. Do you meditate?
Yeah,
How?
I like meditate in the mornings to calm my zen.
You tell me. Look, I don't know.
Yeah, I I
How?
meditate. I pray.
You pray regularly?
I try to pray once a day. Yeah,
Do you say, Dear God, and say the rest and then say amen?
yeah. Why you sound so surprised?
I'm not. I just asking the questions, bro.
Do you pray over your food?
Sometimes, but I catch myself just being repetitive. No, that is not a fucking word. Just saying words.
Repetitive.
I sound so slow. First of all, this is not my interview, so keep the questions to me. Thank you so much.
My bad.
This is about you and your walk with whatever you believe in. Do you believe in?
I don't believe a lot of things in the Bible.
Do you believe in? Have you ever been hypnotized?
No.
You should try self-hypnosis. It's actually pretty cool. In fact, low-key, I'm about to do it right now when we finish.
Yeah, that I'll pass on.
It's actually pretty cool. It's just about suggestive, like hitting those suggestive parts of your brain to make things more suggestive, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, how do you feel about magic?
Like David Copperfield?
How do you feel about miracles?
I don't.
Did Jesus turn the fish and the bread enough to feed 5,000 people?
No.
Damn. No. What did Jesus do if he was alive?
Huh?
What did he do then?
Uh.
Did he heal that dying centurion's daughter?
Yes.
Oh, but he couldn't turn the fish into enough for 5,000.
It's certain things I don't believe in the Bible. I'm sorry, I just can't. Like
he didn't walk on the water.
I don't believe Noah. I don't believe Noah. Like put all the
come on. Now I'll give you Noah. I'll give you Noah. But come on, your boy Jesus walking along the water.
I don't believe Eve came from Adam's rib. I believe in evolution. So.
Do you believe that we came from primates in that part of evolution, or the other one? There's like a few kind of.
Yeah, I believe you go back far enough, we came from single cell organisms.
Do you believe that dinosaurs existed?
Yeah. What?
Yo, you remember when they were having that discussion on Twitter? Yo, let me wrap this up because I'm just like.
I remember that bullshit.
Random ass shit now. You remember when they were talking about that though?
Yeah, people are stupid. So
those dinosaurs still existed. Why do we mess everything up? Was that our fault? What happened to it?
There was a meteor that hit the Earth.
Did it really?
Yeah, it was like in like Central America.
Do you believe in carbon dating? Because see how a lot of that shit is fucked up?
Yeah, I do. I'm a scientist. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, but then they'll like something died yesterday and they'll do the test and it's like 8,000 years old. Like sometimes it's not right. I mean, you also think Jesus like descended in heaven on a cloud, so we'll take the science stuff with a grain of salt. We'll take that degree with a grain of salt.
You basically called Jesus the magic man.
We gotta have a spirituality episode. We gotta do that.
Yeah, I'm with it.
This is fun. It's just fun.
And then, to us.
What?
So a lot of people might stop listening to us and get offended, but
it's not offensive if you can talk about it. Maybe we do that live. If Garfield's ever not working.
Jesus the magic man.
Huh?
You just called Jesus a magic man.
I didn't call him anything. I just asked questions. That's the funny part. You don't really know what I believe.
You said he stepped down on a cloud.
I mean, he did go up to heaven in a cloud, didn't he? That's what it said, right? You said you believe in him. If you're gonna die for your sins, I mean, at least he can get a little teleportation ride up to the top.
Wow.
I think I'm done here. I've done enough damage. So, thank you guys for listening to how Tunde got dunked on by a 5'9" young man.
That's cool.
About how he's scared of failure, traumatized about being choked, but loves being choked in bed. And about how he's going to get married soon. Ooh, I can't wait for that episode. We're going to do some more episodes based off of some of these topics, I think.
Sure, let's do it.
I feel like we should. And just as a reminder, before we go, don't forget, October 23rd, we got the TIDAL concert. You can watch it on tidal.com/Brooklyn. Even if you don't have the app, which you should, because I think it's pretty fire. It's all I listen to. I don't fuck with Apple Music, so I just like TIDAL. And with that, shout out Tot 7's barber. Shout out Tot 7's family. Shout out the fact that you're a prince. Shout out them cavities. God damn, all them crowns. It was a wonderful thing. I have more than you, actually. It was a wonderful conversation and learning more about you and what you believe. Yes. And I hope you pray tonight and put me in your prayers. God bless. Thank you, NWAP. We love you.
Peace.
Bye.